today. From Lumen Field in Seattle, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
What's up? How you doing tonight?
Here the
You're doing well? Appreciate you stopping by.
Offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
And we knew from the moment the commissioner called his name on draft night, and by the way, laid a pretty good hug on the commissioner going across the stage. But we knew he had a chance to be the starter week 1. He dove right into the playbook, ingratiated himself with his teammates, and that's exactly how things have played out.
Here's Nix to throw right away. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. And incomplete on the deep ball. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Nix to the air. Open man, and again it's Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, 26 yards. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Seahawks set to go on offense here, and it is the Pro Bowler Geno Smith at quarterback, Charles, in his 12th NFL season.
And Smith continues to show that his career resurgence hasn't been some fluke. He's brought a level of maturity, stability, and good play that allows him to compete with any team on any given week. The real question is whether or not he can become a championship-caliber quarterback. Only time will tell, but for now, he's done enough to give this franchise reason to believe they can certainly get the job done.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Now he can exhale. His season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
The Smith's throw into the hands of Lockett. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again is Smith. That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Walker now on 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Throwing is Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Off the bootleg, here's Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Broncos are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it as we resume action. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. To throw is Smith. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Gino. This is Fant on the short completion. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Back deep to return is Marvin Mims. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Denver's offense now set to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Again, it's Williams. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. This now a 3rd and 4. Nix from the shotgun. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
you were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Here's 2nd and 10. They give it to Williams, running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 6. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Nix to throw on 1st down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now it's Nix. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick, the rookie from Oregon, on target with that one. It leads to a 1st down. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Back to the air with Nix. He completes this to Sutton. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw, Smith. Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fan. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot here before break. Smith. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We start in the AFC West with Las Vegas heading to their former home in L.A. to take on the Chargers at SoFi Stadium. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Commanders. Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone.
Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe button, and share the stream.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down. From the gun, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Walker. Powers through. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, having a partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional.
And he works free. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. Smith now to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as he'll get this down to the 23. Here's Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Again, Smith. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Now 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun is Nix. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he'll be stopped at his tracks right at the 33. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop him. Throwing on 1st and 10 is Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. A give to Williams, running right. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 3. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Lutz with the extra point, and it is 28-0. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And Smith's throw into the hands of Fan. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now Geno. On the slant, here's Smith and Jigba. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
A good 1st down call as the screenplay gets him 9. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Smith throwing again. And his throw here is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
79 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. A tackle made by Boye Mafe.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
What's up, Justin? Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you stopping by.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game.
I'm doing pretty
it's
good.
It's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Smith. Got a man. It's Brown. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Smith. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Happy late Halloween.
5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Hope you had a good one. Hope you had a safe Halloween out there.
From the 50, it's Smith. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now Gino on 1st down. Walker with a grab, left side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. To the air again, Smith. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. And he's got it. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point. But, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith-Njigba touchdown catch.
I know, I saw that yesterday.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Surprised that the Jets won yesterday.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Broncos,
the players on your team earned XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game. This is the player card. Here you can see your strengths and weaknesses by looking at your archetype ratings. Here are a player's motivations. How well your team aligns with each player's motivations will determine how interested that player is in re-signing with your team or joining your team as a free agent.
today. From Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the new-look Steelers offense headed out for their first drive, led by a man in his 13th NFL season now. First is a Steeler, Russell Wilson.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They go play action now. Wilson. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Play action. It's Wilson. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. Still very early in the season, obviously, CD, but already key injuries that they've had to deal with.
And what's really difficult for a team is to try and maintain their focus when they feel like they've been a little bit snake bitten. It feels like every time they turn around, another injury crops up. How do they manage to hang together, get guys to play a little bit above their heads, and make sure that they're still afloat when their starters make it back?
Here is 3rd and 5. Now it's Wilson. A short one there to Freiermuth. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
And a very promising debut in Week 1. Let's face it.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. 39 yards there, a big one.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They run it again with Williams. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting.
Touchdown! Josh Reynolds. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look at them elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. On second down, this is Harris. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
A short one there to Freiermuth. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And they will take over first and 10.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Nix to the air.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
When you look at this Bronco defense,
they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. There's some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
It'll be a pickup at 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Pulled in at the 24. Oh, fighting off the defender. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They're in the driver's seat right now, and they were winners last week over the Seattle Seahawks, so trying to keep that momentum moving in the positive direction. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Nix throwing on third down. That is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The Broncos at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. That is caught by Williams for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Javonte Williams who capped it all off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he fields it cleanly. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Nix on first down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive. That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Third and 2. Here's Nix.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they trail the visiting LA Rams as that one's gone to the intermission. 2-2 Atwell. A touchdown catch in that first half. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Justin Herbert, 3 touchdown passes as his guys moved to 2-0 on the young season. It was a terrific first half for the rookie first-round pick, Bo Nix. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take.
A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. up the middle. It's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, Williams. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
Mix to throw on first down. On the slant, completes to Sutton.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. So his great start to the season continues. He found the end zone time after time in the opener last week. And he does it again here in week 2.
And, Brandon, we have a lot of coaches sell us week to week that there is no momentum, there is no carryover. Every game is its own entity. But after what we saw him do last week and now punching one in here, I'm starting to think that there is a carryover, and he's feeling it.
And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. They'll look to run for him with Williams. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Steps away. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, There wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Again, it's Williams. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And Williams is going to pick up a Broncos 1st down as he'll take this down to the 26. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Nix. Throw left side complete. That's Atkins. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Nix. He finds his man complete. It's Atkins. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Here's Nix. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are on their way to a 2-0 start. Lutz good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
On 1st down, Wilson. That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Fighting him off. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, how about the rush there? Busting in. They blast him behind the line of scrimmage. But thankfully, this is corralled by the offense, so they will, in fact, hold on to the football. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Throwing is Wilson. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and they will remain well behind. A tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlep Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They give it to Williams running right, and he'll take this one down to the 36. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
A give to Williams, running right. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, Nix. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start.
Appreciate you.
Right now on that side.
How you doing tonight, True?
Well, there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick, and the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Denver, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Appreciate you stopping by, True. Hope you're doing well. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of the stream for tonight. I will catch you guys in the next stream. Thank you all for stopping by. Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace.